Hey dudes, in this episode there are a few improvements around the fortress and we get started to work on the Portcullis. It's TheeRealDuke, and that's all happening right now. What is going on, dudes? How you guys doing? It is TheeRealDuke here. I'm coming to you from the Craftage server hosted by InfiniteHeights. How you guys doing? You guys doing alright? I tore this place up out here. I know it looks terrible. Got plans for it, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't look over there. Don't focus over there for right now. So, as you saw in the pre-intro section, I got a little new stairway. Finished it. We finished it, so it gives us easy access coming out this way. Right there's the chest room to help you get, excuse me, to help you get oriented with where we are in the base, right here. Munch, munch, munch. So you know the chest room, right? Let me just come down here. And instead of going up yonder, we just head down here on these steps. And we have the smelterizer over here. I finished mostly prettying up the outside. I got distracted working on a couple other things. But what do you think? Looks kind of like it's built in there, like it belongs there. Kind of big and sturdy, kind of nice and hefty and industrial. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think it came out really well. I love how it works from the how it looks from the outside, and it works. It works so well. It's preposterous. So let me show you what we are working on today. I'm just going new. I could have just jumped, but whatever. What's up, horsey? I'll think of a name for you yet. Don't you worry. And lazy old Infinite leaving his horse here still. Whatever. But anyway, so here's what I was working on. Well, actually, here is what I spent a huge amount of time doing. Well, I spent a large amount of time getting materials for this and using the smelterizer to refine those materials. I spent another large amount of time. Do you notice what's missing here? Can you see what's missing here? Can you tell what's actually missing there? Can you? No? Okay, if you can't tell, there was a floor, an entire floor bigger than that floor, sticking out. You can see where it should be in line. Right there, if you see the cursor. That's where it should be. And right now there is nothing. So, burnt, you know. Yeah. If you remember a couple episodes ago, basically, that one was actually... The thing that I'm talking about that's over here was actually... If you don't remember, that's all good. It was actually this high. Right here. And that doesn't cut it. It was off by one. So I was like, I could just put a half slab and then just be a smooth walkway up. But that's not right. That is a cheap fix for a real problem. And so instead, I dismantled the whole thing. Took the pillars out from here because we're going to be doing some pillar work very shortly. I took the pillars out of here. There was one here, one on that far corner, and then two closer together in the middle. And I'm marked out by that stone brick. So there's one on the near corner. The far corner is just down that knoll right there, where the stream comes down and back out. And then those two are right in the middle, which are on center line. And so I got rid of that. These pillars weren't really working right, and I wasn't too happy with them. And we need to make them wood, I think. I think we need to get more wood in this because it's starting to look a little too gray. So we need to break that color up. So I was smelterizing. And doing mining to build up my stockpiles of bricks so we can do a lot more building. And here's what we got. Here's the tower. So it's not 100% complete, but basically I have this spiral stair that wraps up and around, which I like more than just a ladder on the inside. You saw ladders on the outside for me. That's just to get up and down while I was working on it until I can finish the stairs on the inside. And they go all the way down to the bottom and spiral all the way back up to the top. Now, this is not completed here. This looks kind of junky, just kind of hanging open like that. And these need supports of some kind because they look weird, just kind of sticking out of the side. But if we come down to the basement or the bottom floor, this cool little thing was in here. I think I'm going to maybe open this up a little bit because it just, it's just kind of a cool little feature that I found while I was excavating. I don't know, I kind of like it. I think that's cool. I don't know why. But anyway... So here is how we actually exit. Okay, so we are outside the base now. There's a pig. Okay. So as we approach the base, okay, so this one, the outside of this one is essentially finished. So this one, very simply, will end up looking like this one from the outside, okay? So we got that. That's not a big deal. What's up, pig? What's up, other pig? What we need to do is there needs to be an iron gate here, and I got the iron on me. Bloop, bloop. Iron is in no short supply for me, so... So we're gonna do this today. Let's kick this out. So what I want to do is, my idea is... Here it is. Let me show you. So I want this to be where the portcullis is. If you don't know what a portcullis is, it's like a gate type thing that keeps you out or keeps you safe inside of some other type of thing. And they're on castles. And basically, what I want to do is I want it to look like this. So I'm just making the area out where the gate is actually going to cut into the ground. So check this out. See what I'm doing here? Just pop that out. Let me throw a piece of cobble in there just to complete it. Boom, good. And then we won't be able to see the other dirts on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to have iron bars in the middle, and they're going to look a little strange right here on the sides, but that's okay. So we're going to have iron bars like this, because, you know, it's a gate. Okay. So the iron bars are going to be there, and then there's going to be a rounded gate, you know, like a portcullis, like a gate, okay? And then we're going to pretend it rises up and down. Now, you won't be able to actually get in here, okay? And the way to get into the base is through one of these doors. So you'll be able to just walk in here and then climb up, and that's okay. I just want it so that no mobs can get in. You know what I'm saying? So we need to build up the gate in such a way. We're going to have like an arched opening here, so we're going to work on that. And then we need to build that into a bridge that goes across, that spans across the top. So if you're thinking about this, slightly logically, let's pillar up here just for a second, so maybe we can get a little bit of a better view. We'll talk about how this needs to be. So from the ground level to the top here is 15 blocks. Okay, so if we put a gate here, and the gate is the entire height, how could it possibly be raised out of the way? It couldn't, because where would it go? Normally these gates slide up into the wall somewhere, and if the gate is as big as this whole thing, it would look really cool, but it doesn't actually make sense. So what I was thinking was we could make this half this height, which is 7, and then just a little bit smaller, just to make sure we have enough room for it to look okay in there. So the height of the gate, the tip of the arch in the gate, right in this area here, is going to be 6 blocks high. Okay. Does that make sense? You understand why I'm doing that? So if it's 6 blocks high, there's plenty of room in your mind to allow for it to rise upward and fit in here with whatever machinations might be needed to lift the gate. Now, it's obviously not going to be an actual working gate. That's going to be kind of crazy. Not impossible, but kind of crazy, and just not at all necessary for what I want to do here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4... and I'm just going to throw 5 and 6 up there so we can see where they go. And we're going to rough outline this. I got some dirt blocks for some scaffolding for us. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so we need one more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now if I would put a block here and go out like this, the opening would only be 5, right? So we got to go up just one more block. 7. Okay. So now we can come back across. Is this making sense? You understand what we're doing here? What we're working with? Okay, so there we go. We're going to have to pillar our way back up here if we ever drop down, which we will have to drop down. But, so we know this is going to go straight up. So I'm actually, while I'm up here, I'm just going to bang this out real quick, and I am going to, actually this won't take too long. I'm just, bloop, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? This is how I'm just doing walls. You know what I'm saying? You know how to build up walls, right? And we're getting close to the top, so I'm actually going to stop here. Let's just pop back down. Okay. So, you understand? Is this making sense? Is this making sense for you? So, all we're going to do now is just round this arch shape out and then fill the inside with iron bars. Should be a piece of cake. Should be a complete and total delicious piece of tasty cake. So, I'm thinking we'll come down here. Right? That's a little too low. A little too low. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. I'm so scared. Okay. So come up to here and up to here. This doesn't actually need to be here now. It's in my way. So I break it. Let's actually kind of get up to eye level here. It's cool because we're nice and low here, so like I can actually reach this dirt from the ground and I don't have to do some weird thing to kind of move around to dismantle it as I'm working, which is pretty sweet. So if those are like that, then what if these are here? Okay. Does that look okay? Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Put one here, and one here. Lame. Come on, place blocks. Place blocks like you've done this before, buddy. Jesus. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want this like little reveal right here. Just that little hole. I think is going to make it look a little interesting. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to break this block out, and I'm going to put one here and then create another hole right there in the middle, which I think is going to look just adorable. Like that. You see what I did there? See how I did that? So it's going to look like some block that doesn't exist in the game from down there. And you'll see what I mean in 1 second. So let's break our way down there. You know what? While we're up here, maybe we should just start placing some iron. Okay. And I just have the cobble up there because it's going to be dark and I don't think you're going to be able to see in really well. But it needs to be started up here so that you can actually see the iron bar through the holes. And then fall down. Okay. So if you wanted these to, you can see how the bars are connected to the side because that's what bars do. If you wanted that to not happen, you would just have to make these out of things that the bars don't connect to, like stairs or something like that, which is totally possible and totally doable. It's just not hugely important to me, so I'm not worrying too much about it. Don't need you coming over here messing with our good stuff, Mr. Creeper Man. Boop. Okay, so see those little holes? Boom, boom, boom. Just a nice, tiny, just a little something extra in there, right? You see what I'm saying? Just bloop, bloop, bloop. Just a little, just something nice to break up all this space up here. Now we're going to put crenellations into the top because this wall is thinner than what the actual surface is going to be up there. So we'll have room up top to add some detail in here. Not too worried about that. It's just that little, those little points there. They show that we were paying attention to what we're doing. And you know what? I think we actually need another one right there. So I'm just going to pillar up and see. Just throw it in there real quick and see how we do. Where am I talking about? Here. Right here. Yes. Just going to break that out. Wish I had more inventory slots because I'm a pack rat. I'm a filthy pack rat. Okay. Okay. So, oh yeah. You know what? I think that's it. I think that looks awesome. I think it looks awesome and I'm going to do that. We're going with that. We are going with it for show. For show. Yes. Did I pick the right one there? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Got lucky. Okay, so those, I think that looks really cool. I really do. Now let's throw a little bit more iron in. I'm not going to close this whole thing off so I can just kind of zip back and forth while we're still doing some figuring out here. Okay, see how it's not connected over there? It's because there's the half slab there, but it's connected here because that's a full block. Lame. Come on. You can aim. You can do this. Yeah, looking good, except for that one. Except for that one. Okay, there we go. And let me just throw these two. There we go. God, look at that terrible aim. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, I'm going to pillar up. Throw these in real quick. And we can't get right now. Nice. Nice one, genius. I'm real good at jumping. So it's this one. Let's move the stake out. There we go. I'm seeing things out there, dudes. I am seeing things. You know how much of it. You know I'm like a big baby, and I'm afraid to death of dying, even though I've already died numerous times. Still hate it. So let's take a look back here, then we'll pop up and finish the top off real quick. You better not mess with me! I'm swinging my shovel at them like I'm tough. There you go. Pretty nice. Alright, so let's go up there, finish the top. By the time we're done, should be day. See how good my aim is with this. My aim with this is terrible. Oh, wow! I got lucky. Hey, every once in a while it happens. Every once in a while it happens. Alright, so what I want to do here is I want the point in the middle to be the lowest one and the point on the sides to be higher. So what I mean by that is on the crenellations. So I have this crenellation. There's one. We're going to have it come down 2. And then these will just be... I'm right in the middle. There's an odd number of blocks, obviously, because it's something I'm making. Odd numbers, that way there's always a center. That's why I always prefer making things with odd numbers. So these will be up 1 from the one in the middle. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yes. 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 Right. Now I'm gonna have to light this up. Crap. I don't want stuff spawning down in there. There's no reason for me to fill it in. That's a waste of blocks. So I won't. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. And then, how am I going to finish the top off of the bridge? Ooh. You know what? I have an idea. I'm going to grab some stuff, and I will be right back. So I'm back, and what I'm noticing from a little distance away, I just grabbed a couple more supplies for my idea for up top there. What I'm noticing is that looks boring. And we need to work more with the language that we built over here, that we built into the crenellations and wall details over here. We can do better than this. Okay, so from right here it looks good, but from straight on it is very bland. So let's work on that. Let's work on that. And here's my idea for it. We're just gonna use this. It's gonna be simple idea. Simple idea. It's a variation on a theme, something we're already doing, something we've already established that we like and that works. So let's just kind of break into it here. Lame. Yeah. Here we go. So we're just going to throw this in like this. Boom. I'm just gonna break this. I'm not gonna try and poorly parkour around and embarrass myself and my family and everyone I've ever met that has respect for me with my massive parkour fails. Those 2 blocks are gonna stay down there. I am in no short supply of stone bricks, so I'm not worried about it. So that looks better, but I suspect that the area between this, the bottom of this, where the stairs are, and the top of where the iron is a little too flat too. So I think I have an idea for that too, now that I'm thinking about it. Now that my noodle is working. So let's work through that really quickly, very fast, rapidly. Rapidamente, which is Spanish for rapid amente. So throw this in. Blip. Okay, so we'll drop down. Actually, let me fill these in. And then we will drop down. Pow. Pick up all my blocks. Yeah, so that space... Okay, so this looks better. And we are going to have this kind of upside down stair crenellation thing happening along the ridge here. So this looks flat and kind of boring, and that's cool. I get that. That's going to change. But right in here, we need a reveal. So here's my idea for that. It doesn't have to be in the back because the back is going to be slightly covered with paths and stuff. Like right in this area. How many stairs do I have? I think I have enough stairs. Say right here. Does that look right? Is that about center? Yeah, I think that's about center. Very simple. Very simple. I'm just gonna build myself a little dirt scaffold. Work with me stair, baby. There we go. And then the same thing, just pointed upward. See what we think about that. Lame. Lame. There we go. Yes, I think that adds a solid amount of interest in there. Clean up my blocks. What do you think? Yep. Yeah, perfect. Then there's lights coming from behind. That will add a little bit more interest. There's going to be a lighting glitch in those stairs. You can kind of see it already a little bit. That was definitely what that needed. Awesome. So this is starting to look fairly epic, solidly epic. So let's finish off the front here. And then come back. And I'm just going to throw some crenellations around the top, just like we can see here. And then we'll come back and take a look, see how we did. Okay, so I finished the crenellations at the top. You can see I had to do some quick crafting, on the spot quick crafting. So they look awesome from a distance, and however, from a distance, I was looking at this in here at the middle area, and it still was lacking. It just, in my mind, it was lacking a little something. So I'm making these half-slit windows here. Now they're part of the stair blocks, and I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this before. This is not some new trick. But because of, like, there's a hole so you can see through them, but, like, the light doesn't shine through them normally because they're stair blocks. They're not actual holes between blocks. So the effect, the net result is that the effect is awesome. Okay. I did not build this I did not give myself enough room here. There we go. And I did that side, as you can see already. I was like, oh, I'll figure it out off camera. That way, when I just get back on, they'll know I'm just awesome. And then I didn't. No, I totally screwed around with it for a little bit just to make sure that I liked how it looked and that it was worth doing. And it is. So I'm showing you how you make that happen. But check it out. So the torches are still right there and right there in the corner. But you can see how they're letting light through. So they don't light up the blocks around them, really. It's still a cool kind of lighting glitch that we're taking advantage of here. And I freaking love how it looks. So let's clear out the scaffolding. Clean up this junk. Look at that. Is that cool or what? Brrr. And we put this extra detail in the front side. We're in the back, obviously, between the front wall. So let me just punch through here real quick, because there's no actual way to get out. There better not be anything out here. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Okay, we seem to be clear, but check that out. With this little bit of lighting glitch, right? With this little bit of lighting glitch here, and then those in the middle, I think that is a pretty epic looking portcullis. And with that, I gotta say, that is the end of this episode. I hope you dudes enjoyed watching. I'm gonna seal myself back in here because I'm afraid. Again, I do hope you dudes enjoyed watching. I had a really great time showing you how I make my building decisions when I do. I hope you guys learned some cool little tips and tricks in there while you were checking that out too. You know, I really do enjoy making these videos, and it really means a lot that you took the time to watch this video. So I want to tell you that I do appreciate your views. So thank you so much for that. Thank you again, really so much for watching. Check out my YouTube channel for other Let's Builds, for Let's Plays, and Infinite Heights server contest videos. Join me, my builds, and the great Infinite Heights community at play.infiniteheightsmc.com. A lot of cool people on there. They bring us the Craftage server, which I'm very thankful for. So again, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate every single like, comment, sub, and view. I really do. As for me, it's TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.